Wednesday. It's now afternoon. And I'm home from work. Because with this, you can only do so much. So I'm on basically half days for a while. But I was out today. I overheard a statement that I'm fascinated with the English language because of the fact that the English language can mean so many different things for one word. So many statements have a different meaning. But what I heard today was, here's the statement. I heard two guys talking, and one guy said, "Man, this job, it's like shooting fish in a barrel." Fish in a barrel. Shooting fish. So that got me thinking. It's like shooting fish in a barrel. Now I understand the gist of the statement is meaning that whatever job at hand is extremely easy and it's going to be no time at all before you're done. I get it. But I like to go deeper into statements. I like to understand why they came about being and who thought of the idea. So, we've got some guy and a barrel, and for some unknown reason, this barrel is filled with fish, and he has a loaded 12 gauge or pistol. Because the statement just says shooting fish in a barrel. It doesn't really say what type of gun to use when you're shooting fish in a barrel. But it gets me to even thinking even more of what a ridiculous statement this really is. Now, how it came about, where its origins are at, I don't know. But all I can figure in my head is one day there's a guy, like I said earlier, sitting there. He's got a barrel and it's filled with fish. Now, they don't ever say if shooting fish in a barrel, if the fish are alive before you shoot them or dead. I would imagine that would make the statement a little bit more twisted toward it's like shooting dead fish in a barrel if it was really super, super easy. Makes sense. So, somewhere when this statement started, there was a guy, like I said, he had a barrel, he had some fish in it, and apparently he has a gun. So, I'm taking it his friend comes up and says, "Hey, did you do that task that I asked you for?" And it was really easy. And he went, "Yeah." And the guy said, "Well, how easy is it?" He said, "This easy." He whips out his gun. He starts shooting the fish in the barrel. The guy goes, "Wow, that's really easy, man. That's really easy." But I think a lot of people don't think about a few things with that statement. Like, for instance, if you're really out to get fish and there's fish in a barrel in front of you, a net would work, your hands would work, stripped off electrical cord plugged into where the toaster goes, in the water, bing, you got your fish. Right? So, another thing I've often wondered about shooting fish in a barrel. If the barrel is useful, such as it's holding fish, I'm going to assume that the fish are live. Okay, that's just my hypothesis on it. I'm going to assume that the fish are live. So therefore, they got to have water. So now you've got this barrel that's filled with water. Well, maybe 3/4. We'll be generous, 3/4. And it's filled with fish. Now, how many fish are in this barrel? I don't even begin to know. Now, the amount of fish in the barrel, I don't really think is all that important as the actual act of shooting said fish in said barrel. That was my water cooler. It likes to make a noise every now and then. That thing retailed for $185. I picked it up for $40. So anyway, now I'm imagining the guy who came up with the statement, shooting fish in a barrel. Okay, we've already established he's sitting there talking with his friend, and he's got this barrel, and it's filled with fish, and for my argument, water in the barrel. Now, you're going to shoot the fish in the barrel. Now, that is really counterproductive if you really think about it, and here's why. Okay, number one, why you shouldn't shoot fish in a barrel. One, you're going to ruin the barrel, okay? Unless you're using really, really low velocity ammunition or a pellet gun, you're gonna do some damage to that barrel. Okay, so now you're out of barrel. So now you're gonna have a fish. You're gonna fish in a barrel with no water that you're gonna shoot. Okay? Okay, second reason you shouldn't shoot fish in a barrel. You're wasting ammunition, you dumb son of a bitch. Just reach in the barrel, pull the goddamn fish out. If the fish doesn't want to come out by your hand, drain the barrel. Therefore, the fish has no choice but to get rescued by you. Yeah, you're going to eat him, but so what? He doesn't know that. He thinks that you're just helping him out. So it's going to be even easier to get that fish out of that barrel. Third reason why you should never shoot fish in a barrel. Okay, first we got you waste ammo. You waste your barrel. But think about it. You're going to give your fish lead poisoning now. So now you're eating fish that have lead poisoning in them because you just shot them in the barrel. You've not only shot your fish in the barrel and gave them lead poisoning, but you've also ruined the barrel that you had to hold the fish and the water in it. So therefore, shooting fish in a barrel is about the fucking stupidest fucking thing I could ever think of. Okay? Now, I don't think that there's actually people out there who are shooting fish in a barrel. I don't think there's somebody sitting out in the backyard going, "But I sure wish it would rain so that barrel fill up so I can get some more carp. That's the name of the fish, carp, right? I don't fish. Oops, sorry. But it just seems like I really doubt that there's a guy out there doing that. And then when that barrel gets filled up with water, he gets all excited. Oh, shit. I'm going to throw some guppies in there. I'm going to throw some salmon in there. I'm going to grab my gun, and I'm going to go shoot some fish in a barrel. Seems like every time you would shoot fish in a barrel, that you are going to have to replace that barrel and the fish. Because like I said earlier, you're going to give them some bitches lead poisoning. Do you really want to eat lead fish? If you do, I suggest you go to Chicago. Their fish are filled with lead and mercury. That's why you see guys in Chicago fishing, they never eat what they catch. They'll wake up with a third eyeball. My only question or statement to you while watching is simply this. If you are lucky enough to have a barrel, and you are lucky enough that that barrel holds water, and if you are further lucky enough that you have a gun in your house, and even more incredibly lucky that there are fish in that barrel, take it from me, I don't think shooting the fish in the barrel is really all that great of an idea. As I pointed out earlier, I think it's going to be very counterproductive for you to be unloading a firearm into a barrel full of fish. So, that's my take on it. There's a whole bunch of statements out there that I just crack up when I hear them. Another one of my favorites is, "Oh, they left me holding the bag." Well, is that really all that bad? What's in the bag? Nobody ever says what's in the bag that you've been left to hold. Okay? That's another video. But that's my take on the statement, shooting fish in a barrel, which I still think is incredibly, incredibly stupid. Have a great day. Thanks for listening to my bullshit.